The Synod of the Family is on its final stage, which means that at this point bishops are working on the so-called final document. It will be voted on Saturday, but from now until then, they will be weighing in their ideas and proposals. On Thursday afternoon, the Synod's secretary will give bishops a rough draft of the final document. They will have a chance to read it and carefully make suggestions and even corrections. On Friday, they will turn their suggestions in for consideration.
Bishops taking part in the Synod can also weigh in, be it by word of mouth or in writing. There is enough time for one or the other to be carried out.
Also on Thursday, the Synod's council will be elected. It will include 12 bishops and another 3 directly appointed by Pope Francis. One of the main goals of the council is to make sure the proposals of the Synod are actually implemented. They will have other responsibilities as well.
The council will also be in charge of organizing the next Synod. It will be a stable entity that will carry on from one Synod to the next. When the next Synod begins, their term will automatically end.
On Friday morning, bishops will have 1 hour and a half to share their suggestions and give their opinions. Since time is limited, they can also send in those suggestions in writing. The Secretary General will have to take note of those suggestions so they are included in the final document, which will be presented on Saturday. A commission of 10 bishops will make sure that all points of view are reflected on that document. The key day, of course, is Saturday. Let's hear what the Synod's Secretary General has to say about what will pan out.
The final document will be read in the Synod on Saturday morning, so there will still be time for reflections and suggestions. Bishops will have to be prepared to share their input. Then, in the afternoon, bishops will vote on every single point, all the way from the first to the last.
If proposals get a 2/3 majority vote or more, the suggestions will be approved. They will be rejected, of course, if they don't get a majority. Once the vote is complete, the final document and the voting tally will be given to Pope Francis, and he will decide what to do next. There are 3 main possibilities. First, to publish the document and the voting results. Secondly, to approve the points bishops approved. Or thirdly, to use the document as a base for a future apostolic exhortation.
This will be entirely up to Pope Francis. Last year, he decided to make the document public. This year, we'll see what he decides. It will be only up to him to make that decision.
And so, after 3 weeks of Synod discussions and analysis, everything will come to a close on Sunday as Pope Francis celebrates a Mass in St. Peter's Basilica to mark the occasion. Of course, only Pope Francis will have the final word on whether the suggestions put forth by bishops will be implemented or not.